Hey y'all, this is Cheryl Andrews, and I am the owner operator of Off These Hook Crochet Creations, LLC, and you are tuned in to Banked Out Radio Show.
Taking up my ways. You dig? Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. East to west, we getting banked out. North to south, we getting banked out. Worldwide, we getting banked out. Yeah. One time for the team that's gon' hustle for the cream. All we know is grind till the dough come. This the Banked Out Radio Show. We controlling the globe and we second to no one. Every time we emerge, we putting that work in. Banked Out, do it for the culture. Putting on for the city that's 24/7. And we showing love like we supposed to. And we keep making moves by coastal. Know those suckers didn't believe, but I told you. Banked Out about to be your household name. And Banked Out mean we about more change. You don't even know just how I really get. You're rocking with the best, so tune in when you better be. Plus we getting fancy like Nancy on every single day of the week. And chopping game like a Cherokee. Ballin' like Odell, tryna step more meal. Networking every way, it's about to be a movie. Gotta go big, it's the only way to do it. It's a conglomerate, we get into it. Plus we got heat for the streets while you puffin' on the cook shop leaf. Riding out on the interstate, we got indies and majors. We international players, all about getting paid. Make sure to tune in and tap in with the movement, cause it's about to go down. Shout out Discover, this captain of the mothership. If you ain't know, then you know now. We about to get bang. Banked Out Radio Show.
I can't stand you sometimes.
But yes, we have Miss Cheryl Andrews, who runs and operates. Hold on, I just had it. Where'd I put it? I was looking at. Okay, so it's Off These Hook Crochet Creations. Did I get all that right?
Yes, you did. You did.
Hey, I got it right. So hey, I'm doing good for myself. So thank you for taking the time out to join the show.
Well, it's really a pleasure and an honor to even be asked to do this. So, a lot of things that I do with my crochet is to tell a story. So I am actually elated to be a part of this program today.
Oh, but thank you. I ran across your profile. What was it? I think it might have been on Instagram or so. I'm always on the hunt for looking for different businesses and highlighting people in the community doing fantastic things. Because I don't think we get to spin our own narrative. So that's what this whole platform is for you to be able to tell your story, tell your narrative. And that way people get a feel for who you are and what you represent as a person, but then also what you're doing with your business. So I was going through and just normally searching and scouting like I normally do. And I ran across one crocheting. I think you did some mermaid covers.
Oh, yes, my mermaid shoot. Oh, I so love it. It was a beach inspired shoot. And I had 5 little wonderful girls, 5 or 6 of them. And it was interesting. It was fun. The little girls came in with all the energy. And actually Ricardo Bennett did that particular photo shoot. But yes, that probably took about 6 months to complete. But
you said 6 months?
Yes. I made
wow.
6 mermaid tails with the halter top and trying to get them and try them on and stuff. But that's what I love to do. I love to do inspired projects, something that means something to me. And if you know me, I love to beach. So May can't get here soon enough so I can get back to beach. One of my things I want to do is that to be able to redo that shoot on the beach. So
that's what's up. So
I want to do it on the beach. Yes. So, but I had a really good time with it.
So let's get into it. What inspired you to actually, because crocheting and so first of all, answer this for me. Crocheting and knitting, are they considered the same thing or 2 different things?
They're 2 different things.
Okay.
However, with knitting, you use the 2 needles versus on crocheting, it's the hook. But I think the concept is probably the same. I don't knit, but I do crochet and I love it. But it has been a minute. Go ahead.
Oh no, I love the energy that you have, by the way. I wish all my guests had this much energy in the morning. I'm like, I'm loving this.
Yeah, ready.
So what inspired you to actually turn it into a business though? Because, you know, a lot of people do it for a hobby, but to actually turn something into a business, that takes a whole lot more thought process and resources, time, dedication behind it.
Yes. When I started back, it was more of a therapeutic thing. I had recently lost my sister, and I hadn't crocheted in years. But when I picked the hook back up, it kind of settled me. It taught me to deal with myself, you know, to love myself, that it's okay to spend time by myself. And I just loved it. It's like as soon as I would finish a project, I'd be like, man, I really made this. And I couldn't believe that I made this. And then I wanted to share it. I wanted to be able to do free lessons with the Boys and Girls Club and, you know, things like that, and share the gift, because Jan Downing actually taught me how to crochet as a little girl. I think I could have been around 8 or 10. And for me to pick it up as a full-grown adult, it has really been a blessing to me. So a seed sown when I was a child, now that I'm an adult, it just brings joy to be able to make something pretty out of an ugly world. And so I have a passion for it. But in order to do what I really wanted to do, I need to legalize myself. You know, I basically started the business, not so much to make the money, but so much to be able to give back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in order to do that, you need to have your ducks in a row, and then also work on my skill level. And, you know, so that's one of the things I would like to do, you know, but you have to get into affiliations and sponsorships. So you have to put yourself out there. One thing about me, crocheting will always be a part of my life. So if it goes big, it goes big. If it doesn't, I will not stop doing what I love doing. And the marketing aspect of it is something I just recently got into it. But, you know, it's like me telling my story. I love, you know, in theme inspired, you know, projects that I do. They're more, you know, theme based, but it's really good. When I tell you, you know, it really saved me. It really showed me who I am, where I want to go, the things that I love, the things that I want to do, and what's important to me. So, I mean, I could sit here and talk crochet all day. I absolutely
well, that's what they say.
I have a yarn addiction. So, you know.
Yarn addiction. So when you go to craft stores, do you just like, you get excited when you go to the yarn aisle and stuff like that, and just think about all these different things you can do? Oh my God.
I would just, like a Saturday morning, I'll get up and just, you know, go to a local town near here at Tifton, Georgia, just to go to Joanne Fabrics and stuff. And I've slowed up from actually buying it, but I do still love going to look for it, to feel it, to touch it, to see what I can make with it. You know, it's a whole thing for me. I can spend all day yarn shopping.
So is this your first business adventure?
It is. It is my first business adventure, and I'm learning a lot.
So when you decided to turn it into a business, how was the reaction with your immediate circle, family, friends, things, you know, people who are close to you? Were they like, you know, I don't know about that, or were they very supportive?
You know, they were very supportive, but I'm the type of person, constructive criticism is good, you know, and I did have some friends saying, you know, it's not going to be lucrative and this, that, and other. And I was like, you know, I know it's not going to be lucrative like that in the beginning, but you never know where it might take. So it's just a sort of getting out there and saying, hey, this is me and this is what I like to do, you know. So, but my friends and family, they were really supportive. Even constructive criticism, I welcome that. You know, a lot of times I'll make things and give it to my family. So for Christmas, I did booties. So I made Mom a pair. And I said, Mom, wear them and test them out. Let's see how they work, you know, and end up one of the beginning of the toe piece came loose. So now I know what I need to do to correct. So my friends and my family, they are my guinea pig. You know, I don't like to just put anything out there. I'm kind of perfectionist. So when I start a new project, I'll make one and try it. And then, you know, if I feel like it's good enough, then I will offer it as an item that I will custom crochet for somebody.
So, like, what is a typical, when someone asks for a custom item, what is like a typical waiting period that they would have to wait in order to get that said item?
I have most orders for the mermaid tails, and baby blankets or Afghans. It depends. Honestly, I can do a baby blanket and probably in a week. However, I do work full time. I'm a full-time mom, and I'm in school full-time. So I like to give myself some time. So usually somebody places an order, I give them 2 to 3 weeks, you know, just in case something happens. But usually I finish before time. So it just depends on the size of the project and what it entails. My last project I just done, I did for my Richard Pryor tribute for Black History Month. I did a granny square vest. That took me some time. It was 32 individual squares that I ended up sewing together to make a vest, and it turned out amazing. And so,
did you put the pictures online for that?
Yes, I do.
You did? Okay, I'm gonna have to go on. When I re-edit this video, I'm gonna have to go and snatch those pictures so I can put them on here.
Oh, yeah.
I bet that took.
I can send it to you because I have lots of them.
Or you know, hey, that's even better. Just send me all the pictures. Just send me all the pictures.
I have lots of them. You know, at this moment, just kind of want to give a shout out to Lisa Bailey with Classic Beats makeup artistry. You know, she always keep my makeup really good. And Damian J. Moss, who is the owner operator of DJM Studios, awesome photographer. You know what I'm saying? And I can say, hey, Damian, this is what I want to do next. And it just works. And I'll get with Lisa and I say, Lisa, this is the look I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, okay, then let's do this. And sometimes having a good team to be able to help you put your story out is good. You know, Richard Bryan, his story really inspired me to just do whatever, tell my story, whether they like it or not. So, you know, like I say, any input, whether good or bad, I receive it. I take it in. I try to make changes. You know, I don't really take it personal, so to speak. But at one time I was afraid to put myself out there. And then I had a friend to tell me, he said, you're going to have to put your face on it. And so that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, you know, because business has changed, the model of business than what we're accustomed to. Back in the day, you know, it'd be a company brand, put it out there, people rock with it. Now, because everything is so transparent, people want to actually know that they're supporting not only the business, but the person behind the business, and that, you know, their vision and their mission sort of aligns with the consumer base. And that's why, you know, I tell people you have to put your, you know, your face on it until, you know, it gets to that point to where you've had so much good success and so many good transactions that it starts to sell itself. And then you don't have to worry about the face as much, but always, you know what I'm saying, still stay in contact with the customers. So what's the vest? Is that the most complicated or lengthy project you've done, or?
It's probably the most complicated one I've done. Because I've never did a granny square project before, which I wanted to get into the granny squares. And I just said, let's do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to use it. I don't know if it's going to work or not, because, you know, usually I try to make something first and then try to see, you know, this one is the first one, my first try. And I did do it with the Richard Pryor tribute, Black History Month. But it was, it's not a lot of work to me because I love crocheting, but the detail of it with the granny squares and putting them together. So honestly, I probably could do that again within 2 weeks turnaround time. So honestly, if people want, you know, little outfits and stuff for the summer, November, December is a good time to start ordering stuff for the summer. Whether if it's
so that's how that works.
Or anybody who crochets, yes. You have to give that person enough time to be able to, you know,
I
custom
know
make that movie for you.
I've seen other Instagram accounts where like models and stuff will wear like, crocheted bathing outfits or something like that. And I always like,
Yes.
wondered about that one, like the time length and, things of that nature and how long it would actually take that. But do you feel like, what I'm saying, your prices, you price them like accordingly to, the materials and the labor and all that, or?
Yes. That the vest that I just recently made, that will be priced at $200. It's probably about $25 in the supplies. But like I said, your
time.
You're the individual squares you're making, each individual square, and you're sewing them. So it's the labor intense behind it, behind the price. But at the same time, it is a custom item. And, a lot of people say, well, it shouldn't be that much. But okay, I spent $25 in yarn, but it took me 2 weeks to make,
Yeah, like how
my
people
thing
gonna tell you about your prices?
if you don't like my prices, you don't have to order it because they're not going to change.
Exactly. That's how. So I tell people, I don't know. Do you get that from like our community, or you get that from outside our community as well, as far as like the price haggling?
A little bit of both. I'm in a lot of different crochet groups, crochet and knitting groups on Facebook. And a lot of things that we discuss in those groups is, what would you price this as? Because a lot of people are shy away from, certain prices. But at the same time, people will buy what they want. And if you really want it, then you'll buy it. And one thing about me, I make custom items. I don't make a whole bunch of items to sell. So I don't have the problem. So if you want to order from me, you put down a non-refundable yarn deposit. So whether you finish paying for the project or not, I didn't come out my money, out my pocket for the supplies. So it's, it's all about how you decide to run your business. I feel like I put out quality work. I can make an error and it could be 5 rows after I saw the error. And I will take everything out to go back and fix that one error, because you might not know it's there, but I know it's there. And I want to be able to give you the best product possible.
And that, integrity speaks a lot, even though, you could still sell that particular item with the error knowing you doing it, but your integrity won't allow you to, which I think that's fantastic.
It won't let me. I'm thinking somebody that crochet might see this piece and be like, oh, they made an error right there. Like, oh, no.
So has social media and Facebook groups and things of that nature been very helpful to your business? Does it help put you out there?
It really helps putting me out there. I have met some phenomenal people who's also in the craft that have joined some of my groups, and then sometimes when somebody comes to me with an order that I probably can do but never made before, I will reach out to other crocheters and say, hey, would you like to take this order? You know what I'm saying? Or if I have too many projects going on, because crocheting is really a very personal type craft. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time to do it. It's a stitch by stitch, line by line craft. And so, to me, everybody who crochets the knit can eat. There's always something for somebody. But if I really like their work, I'll invite them, send a friend request and invite them to the groups. And then I have one particular group where there are more customers than crocheters. It's Sassy Swag Crochet, but you do have to request to join the group. But there, they can showcase their stuff. So I have a lot of requests for like swimsuit cover-ups and stuff like that, or the swimsuits, the shorts and stuff like that. And I know 2 phenomenal crafters, Kiana Jones and Shanice Petway. I just really got in, start linking up with Shanice through Facebook. And, it's good to know that we can still keep crochet alive, whether it's my piece or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah. And I think iron sharpens irons. You see things and, I might have trouble with this particular stitch. And I'd be like, look, I'm having trouble with this particular stitch. What advice can you give me? So it's really good. And, as far as me, I just love presenting, I guess, the marketing aspect of crochet. like I say, it's a whole story for me. It's me telling an experience of something that I've been through, and I express it through my crafted crochet work.
So do you feel that social media has kept these types of crafts? Because sewing, crocheting, in general, you know, back in the day, they were like considered trades that people would normally teach. And then, of course, as technology has advanced this, but also automated a lot of stuff, it seems like some of those skill sets have been dying out. Do you think social media has like researched that when people put it out there?
Yes, I do think so. I think it's creating a desire for the millennials to say, hey, I want to learn that. You know what I'm saying? If they can put their phones down long enough. I have a 16-year-old daughter. I mean, she can crochet a little bit. She can chain and do, you know, a single crochet, but she did that when, you know, we had a storm and the internet was down and she couldn't get on her phone. So she came in the room and said, well, Mama, show me, you know, but other than that, she doesn't pick it up because that phone is in the face. But also, I think crochet and knitting is considered more of a older person's craft. And that's why it's important to me to at least, you know, reach out to the Boys and Girls Club or YMCAs, those type of things like that, to say, hey, crochet is really cool. So the things that I present, the last 2 projects, actually, after the mermaid, I think I did 2 more projects. They are a little more kind of political. I don't know if political is the word. I did one called Embracing Day Day. My oldest son, he is 28. He lives up in DC. He's gay. And so it took me a minute to accept that because of my beliefs. So with that, I'm telling a whole story. I did a batwing sweater with the pride colors on it. And it made a statement. And so whether I help somebody say, look, that looks really nice, that's actually wearable. So a lot of times you think about crochet, you don't think crochet wearable. And so I made crochet wearable, and I also put out a statement in the story that it's okay for you to not believe in certain things or think certain things wrong, but you can still embrace it. You can embrace it with, you know what I'm saying, with the people you love. And so that I want to make statements, bold statements, you know, to say, hey, it is a cool thing. Crochet can be a very cool thing. Recently, I saw Tiffany Haddish in the movie, what is it, Here There with Billy Crystal. Beautiful crochet granny square vest at the end of the movie. Beautiful. So crochet is slowly making its
way back,
its stamp on it, you know. But if we can reach that younger crowd with it, I can't even imagine what some of the younger crowd could come up with if they just say, hey, let me try something different. And in order to be something different, you have to speak their language.
So definitely do. I'm like, shoot, I'm sure we can find some TikTokers in out there who be crocheting, who will like slice the video to where they'll put it all together.
I am on TikTok, but I'm still learning TikTok. My daughter helps me out with my TikTok. You know, I usually like to go on TikTok for pure entertainment. I mean, it's so entertaining. You find out so much stuff. But then I've also met some fellow crafters on TikTok as well, and we've started following each other. And we chat here and there. But it's good to see, you know, that crochet is making its stamp and mark on the world. I mean, a couple of housewives. I like trash TV. You know, Cynthia Bailey also had a crochet piece on.
TV. I love it. I love it.
You know, Cynthia Bailey had a crochet piece on, and another, I think it was Margaret from the Housewives of New Jersey. She had a crochet piece. So we're making our stamp slowly. So as long as somebody is always putting their best foot forward, and I support anybody in the craft, you know, if I see you got good work, I'm going to invite you into my little circle. And, you know, I actually have an order for another one of my fellow crocheters, you know, once we get off this, you know, the interview, to be able, hey, I got an order for you. Do you want to take it? And that makes me feel good too. I think me having it a business, you know, I finally did get affiliation with Premier Yarns. And so been working closely with the director with that. You know, she's got a lot of suggestions. And moving forward, I would love to have a marketing job with a yarn manufacturer, doing what I love and helping others to present their work. I love everything about crochet. Absolutely everything about it. So, you know, it's my thing. It makes me happy. It's really self-gratifying. It makes me happy. And so if you can ask anybody who know me, I can talk crochet.
So have you thought about, I guess, doing like classes and stuff, or do you offer classes like for beginners or just to let people know what it's about?
I did do a drawing last year for free crochet lessons, and that went well. The young lady picked it up pretty good. I actually did more lessons with her than what she actually won. And it was a good experience for me. You know, she hadn't picked up a hook again. I need to stop by and see, you know, did she, finish that little blanket. But, you know, it's good. But I really want to do it on a larger scale. But with that, I want to have a backing of a yarn manufacturer. If I do something at the Boys and Girls Club, I don't want them to have to pay for anything. I want to be able to go to my, you know, affiliate and say, this is what I want to do. How can you guys help? You know what I'm saying? At least start a kit for the kids that I want to. And you know, and sometimes that takes time because I got to get my foot in the door first. And, you know, kind of prove myself before I start asking for sponsorships. So within hopefully next year, I'll be able to do my first class with the Boys and Girls Club here locally in Douglas, Georgia.
Well, you know, it's possible, it can be achieved. And then also, you know, do some more interviews. Get you out there some more. And, you know, people will really start to gravitate to what you're doing. So for everybody out there who's watching, and then also for the ones who will tune in later on, let them know where can they find you at if they want to order, want to talk, communicate, things of that nature.
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, I'm saying I want you to give out your social media and stuff.
Oh, right now?
Oh,
okay, I have Off D's Hook, which that's my business page. And then I also have my own personal page, but technically it's personal, but it's not personal because basically I still share a lot of crochet stuff on there. So Diane Andrews, that's my Facebook name. Find me. Off D's Hook, like the page, send me a message. I'm also on Instagram as Off D's Hook. And TikTok, again, Off D's Hook. I'm on Pinterest. I don't have too much on Pinterest. I'm still learning it, but it is still out there. But that one is up under Diane Andrews. Diane is my middle name. And then I have two groups. I have Sassy Swag Crochet. And then I have a South Georgia crochet group that, you know, we do a lot of talking and sharing and, you know, in there as far as crafters are concerned. And, well, that's where you guys can find me. I'm not hard to find.
All right. Well, y'all have it. There you have it. Miss Cheryl Andrews with Off D's Hook Crochet Creations LLC. Yes, I got it. And I'll make sure I'll go ahead and put all that in there